I'm Anna.
And I'm Scarlett.
And we're
Basic Stitches.
Welcome back to our fourth
3.5, 4.
Yeah, I guess 3.5. Last
We
one was
should have
kinda
named that
short.
one 2.5.
Well,
Okay. 3, 4.
yeah.
Yeah, we're back. We went on vacation and we came back, although I almost did not get on the plane on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I've never missed a flight, just so you guys know. It's never happened.
I almost missed a flight, just because security was so long. Yeah.
That'll happen.
Half of our flight almost missed a flight. It was a mess.
We've got a lot of stuff to show you from our trips, but we also have some finished objects to talk about. So surprise, I'm wearing one, so I think I'll go first.
Yeah.
You guys have seen this. I was a little less than halfway the last time we podcasted, but this is on the Spice Market, and I am totally obsessed with the way that it came out.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's the biggest thing I've ever knit. Florida does not have a lot of call for full-size shawls, but it is absolutely a refrigerator where we work, so I have been wearing it every day in the office. My goal this week was only outfits that it looked good with for work. So success, 3 out of 3 down so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it will live at my desk for a while. But I haven't blocked it yet, so I think things are going to change a little bit and it's going to soften up a little bit. But I did put all my ends in yesterday, and I finished it on Saturday. For record, it is Wednesday. So, stoked. It is Knit Picks palette in the fingering weight, again, which is a little bit rough and 100% wool.
Yeah.
So, you know, but you live and learn, and it was really inexpensive and came in all the colors I wanted. So that's why I did it. It has German short rows, first time I've ever done them, not as daunting as you'd think, and also they're only in this end, which was super surprising. So that's where you see the white rows that change size. But yeah, I did the eyelet row that they recommend in the pattern. It is a Melanie Berg pattern. I got it on Ravelry, and I have been Instagramming about this thing, and she has liked my posts, so I feel like, that's a little internet celebrity that has touched my life. Yeah. What do you have?
I thought you were going to do all of yours.
Oh, that's right. I have another. I have 2 more.
Yeah.
I forgot about them because this is, this is my real love. So I don't know that we can really call this one an FO.
I think so.
The knitting is, well, even the knitting's not done.
It's not.
I have to knit the I-cord for the buttons. Oh, it is hard to see. But this is a baby sweater for a coworker of ours who is expecting. So yeah, it's so soft. I'll link the pattern in the Ravelry because I can't get the name right. It's like striped baby pullover or something like that. But the last time I told you what the name was, I was wrong. I have a little hole in the armpit that I have to sew up there. I don't know if that is...
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too dark.
Yeah, but I can stick my finger in it, so it's there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get that. And then I need to knit the I-cord to put the buttons on. This is real hard to see. But here are my buttons. They're just little wooden buttons from Joann's, but they give you the whole picture. So it's going to be real cute. And I am about to cast on another one. It's not really cast on time in this conversation, but here we go. I'm about to cast on another one. I have a cousin who announced that she was pregnant like right after this coworker. So that is going to be Barocco Remix, and this will be the color for the stripes. It's Comfort DK. They're super cute together. I think I'm going to do the striping a little bit differently than the pattern calls for. So instead of doing the 4 skinny stripes, I'm going to do thicker stripes and only on the body instead of on the sleeves at all. But it's for my cousin who's an environmentalist, and this is made of 100% recycled fibers, and it's in like this little mousy colorway. They're not finding out the gender of the baby, so it's all very gender neutral, and I think that they're gonna love it. So she's due in September. I'm gonna try to work on it. I'm actually going to see my parents and my grandmother this weekend, and I want to work on it like with my grandma, in front of my grandma, because she is very excited about this baby. So I got one more FO who is sort of nameless.
Yeah.
I knit this one while we were out of town. I haven't even worn it yet, actually, because I've been hiding it from you.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I've ever made tassels, too, and I'm pretty stoked about the way those came out, and I'm going to do tassels for Spice Market, too. So it's Malabrigo.
So you got Rios?
I got Rios.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in Diana and Sunrise. It's based on the Jimmy Chalette pattern on Ravelry, but I didn't work on it at all until we were in the airport for our trip to Asheville. And I started to knit it, and it's stripes. It's like 1 row or 2 rows each of each color, and I started to knit it, and it looked like Captain Crunch. It looked like Captain Crunch with the Crunch Berries. It was not as delicious as it sounds. I love some Captain Crunch, and I think it's beautiful. But it just wasn't coming out good, and I didn't like it, and I was like, man, this yarn was my birthday present to myself. It's too nice for me to not love the way it's coming out. So I sort of just took the pattern and ran with it. So instead of doing striping, this was supposed to be striped garter stitch, and I knit it in stockinette, and then I used the lace pattern from the pattern, but did it in a much smaller section. And that's kind of what you got here. So not really the Jimmy Chalette, but inspired by.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone likes it, I guess I could write it up and put it out there for you. But yeah, this was my trip to Asheville. Like I said, all Malabrigo, and this yarn and the yarn from the last post are from Four Pearls in Winter Haven. Winter Haven?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Winter Haven.
Winter Haven, not Winter Park.
Not Winter Park and not Winter Garden.
Yeah.
Florida has a lot of winter named cities.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, we are a winter destination.
Yes, we are.
So that's probably where.
But, like, come on, let's get
I
creative.
feel like there's
Maybe.
another winter. There's another winter that we're forgetting.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Winter Springs.
Is that a thing?
I think that's a thing.
I think that's a thing too.
I think it's a thing.
Or we're imagining it.
Yeah,
Either
because
way.
one of the high schools I recruited from is Winter Springs.
Oh.
I think.
Yes.
All right, what do you have?
I just have one finished object. We go into detail, that's why I only have one instead of two there. And this is my Soroyan scarf. So there it is. Little leaves on the bottom there,
Oh,
and then it's just
so-
knit and then pure knit there. And I blocked it once, but I think he needs to be blocked again. You can kind of see he's still curling in, so we're going to try one more time to block
Do
him.
you want to do it here with the wool wash?
I was thinking about that.
Okay.
But I still have a decent kind of fun comparison on what it was like pre-blocking him, because I couldn't fit all of him, and then blocking him. So even with just that, you can see
Yeah.
how
Huge
much of a difference it makes. This is for my grandma. I think she'll like it. I knit this on the plane, on the train, on the boat, in the car.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah,
And boats.
I knit it everywhere while I was en route and in Norway. And so this is Malabrigo worsted in Sauterine. I think it came out relatively nice.
I love it.
There are only a few like problem areas, but I don't think anyone else will notice. Like you can kind of see here where the yarn got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, sometimes there's some imperfect spinning in
Yeah.
surprisingly expensive yarn.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Malabrigo.
And then I did have to cut off one section, but it worked out fine. I just had extra ends to weave in, which was not ideal.
Yeah.
And another thing that's really nice about this pattern is it goes skinny, gets big, and then just goes skinny again. So
Gotta
when you're
love that.
finishing off,
It's
it's
done.
not daunting.
You're not
300 stitches.
Blocking,
It's just
300 stitches,
you're
like
finishing up.
someone I know.
And so that is my only finished object that I have.
Tell us
This week.
why you picked that color for your grandmother.
Because she calls me her sunshine.
Does that not make you want to cry?
And this looks like sunshine.
I'm crying, Internet.
So
Crying.
I think she will like that, hopefully. She lives in Canada, so at least she'll get some use out of it.
She's gonna love it.
So that is that, and then I have this left over, which is a
Ooh.
decent amount.
Yeah.
So my hope is to buy another skein of Malabrigo worsted in another color and do some type of like stripy shawl, or like a shawl when it's a color midsection color. Oh.
Oh,
Threw that across the floor.
I was gonna say before you started throwing things, something like this, where you could do like a little section of lace in the middle in another color,
Yeah.
or rather in that color.
Yeah.
The one that's on the floor now.
It happens.
Yeah, I had about this much left of Diana, and I left it at Mom's. And I wish I had kept it because I could use it for.
Yeah, I figured I had a decent amount left that it's going to become something else.
Yeah.
Don't know what yet.
I also, if I had kept it, might have tied my tassels with that.
Ooh.
I know, right? It would be
Really cute.
It would have been really cute. But what are you gonna do? You live and learn.
Mhm.
I was gonna ask you something else, and I don't know what it was. Knitting.
Yeah.
Have you thought about what colorway you might get for that? Have you looked?
I've looked, but I haven't decided on anything yet.
You probably need to be in person to decide.
Yeah.
Because the Jimmy Shawlette uses, per the pattern, half a skein of 2 different colors.
Mm-hmm.
So that is probably about half.
It's probably about half.
Yeah, so maybe you get something and knit the Jimmy since I stole it from you.
Yeah.
I know, it was your idea. And I ripped it off, and then I totally ripped it off. But,
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I think I need to take him to a yarn store that sells Malabrigo worsted and compare.
I wish there were more options for Malabrigo worsted in our day-to-day lives.
Me too.
Like, we have to drive like an hour and a half to Fort Pearls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Did they have it at Yarn Arts when you were there? Do you remember?
They have a bunch of Malabrigo, but I don't remember what kind.
I'm hoping to go to Yarn Arts this weekend in Fort Lauderdale, in Lauderdale by the Sea, with my grandma, who has sort of lost her inspiration for knitting. She's getting older, and she doesn't feel like especially confident in her skills and doesn't want to knit anymore. So I'm hoping that I can fire her up with my passion for knitting this weekend. Alright, so we'll talk about what is currently on our needles. I am knitting a hat for my friend Erin, who is the model in most of my Instagram photos. She's so beautiful, and she wore a hat of the same pattern in teal in one of the photos. She really loved it, and she said, "Hey, will you knit that for me in pink?" I couldn't remember what needles I knitted on, and I guessed wrong. So I knit, I think these are 15s here, and I knit the last one on 13s.
Yeah.
It's coming out humongous, but she tried it on, and she loves it, so I'm going with it. I'm going to finish it, and she'll be thrilled, and then I'm going to make her something else also, because
I have also had to do that. I messed up a pattern for a friend, knit her a hat. It didn't come out right. And so then I knit her another hat that also didn't really come out right. So third time's the charm. I'm going to have to knit her a third hat.
in the early days.
Yeah, the second hat came out okay. It's just a little tight.
Didn't you make a scarf that was successful for her?
Yes.
Yeah, so she has other things that are good. Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what pattern this is, but I will post it. But also, I'm not exactly knitting the pattern. I know that I don't exactly have the height of the sections right. But it's cute, and I will use the pattern to do the decreases.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, that's all that really
And I
matters.
have also knit that hat 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's super quick.
This is 3 for me, I think. But it's knit out of Lion brand, thick and quick,
Mm-hmm.
super easy. And so it's one of those things that I go back to knitting because I don't need the pattern except for the decreases, and I can do it in anything. It's fast.
Yeah. Okay. On my needles, I have this guy here. This is the Raina Shawlette here in Archangel. There we go. He goes this way. And so there he is. This is my 3rd time casting him on. The first time the mesh was not coming out right, and then I was knitting it on 5s, and it was coming out like Kevlar. It was so just tight.
It happens.
And then I cast it on a second time on 6s, which is what it's currently on. Dropped a stitch. It never fully recovered. It looked weird. It had to go.
It happens.
Although I don't think I fully
Yeah, did you rip it all the way
no,
out?
I don't think I fully ripped it out. I ripped it out to a point, put a kind of flimsy little lifeline
You
here.
can barely even see that.
Yeah, I need to get something better. This is just what I had at the time. They say unscented, unwaxed dental floss.
Oh.
So I might try that. But this is where he's gotten to at this point. He is now coming out much squishier. The mesh looks fine. Oh yeah, he's finally on the right track.
Yeah, that's going to be
So.
beautiful when you block it too.
Yeah, I think it just took 3 tries to get him to this point.
Can we talk about that color?
I know, it's so beautiful.
I cannot handle that color. So I will tell you that when I was in Nashville, I looked at a bunch of Malabrigo. Always, that's the color that I gravitate to, but I didn't buy it because I feel like it's your color.
I don't know if that's the thing.
At
Although
least
I
for
am
now.
planning to buy more in this color.
Yeah, at least
So.
for now, I'm gonna let that be your colorway. And Sarah has fallen in love with Anniversario, which is another one of theirs, and I feel like I'll be Diana, which I am in love with also.
And I have decided that I think this is going to be a gift.
Oh,
And I have a person. Yeah, I have a person in mind.
Do they watch the podcast?
No.
Oh, do you want to tell us who it is?
I don't know if they would ever end up watching the podcast.
Secrets.
So, but I think it's going to be a gift because that's what feels right.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just
do
know.
what feels right. Also, just so you guys know, Lock and Key, Civ. I will tell you all the
That's
secrets.
true.
She can keep anything secret. No secrets. It's a miracle I haven't given her birthday present already. So,
Yeah.
if you're wondering what we're like in real life, we're like that. I have another cast on, but I forgot it over there. So I'm going to just tell you about it. I did bring another ball of the yarn over. I think. Yes, I did. So I am knitting the Victoria Vest pattern, which is in my Stuff on Ravelry. Out of this yarn you have seen before, Rare Essentials. Misty Sapphire is the colorway. Alpaca Mohair Superfine Merino. I know, right? It feels very like Lord of the Ringsy, the Misty Sapphire, and that's because it's from Australia.
Lord of the Rings was from the New Zealand.
I know that it's regional. You want to question my Lord of the Rings knowledge? You're gonna see the end of a friendship here, YouTube.
I really don't care about Lord of the Rings.
I probably care too much about Lord of the Rings.
I've never seen any of those. I had to read The Hobbit in like 9th grade. It was rough.
Anna, what are you doing on 4th of July?
Not watching Lord of the Rings.
You gotta come over here. We gotta watch them all in one day.
No.
The extended edition's all 12 hours. It wouldn't be the first time Sarah and I have done that. Okay. We're getting on track here. Internet, if you have opinions about Anna's lack of Lord of the Rings watching, please let us know. But I started this. I have 6 balls of this, and so I'm gonna try to knit. I would like to be able to knit the large size, but at the time that my friend Mary purchased this yarn, she thought all she needed was enough to make the small. I think, she would prefer to have it bigger now because this was 10 years ago, but I'm going to make it as big and lovely as I can. Knitting with this yarn is really weird because it's all fibrous, and it's openwork lace. This is the yarn company that released the pattern. This is what it's supposed to be. But the lace is hard to see because it's like, the fibers are all
It's fuzzy.
fuzzy is the word.
Yeah, it's just fuzzy.
Yeah, there's a lot of fuzz happening. Also, good luck frogging this if you make a mistake because everything is all knotted together. So, I started it. My goal is to finish it before the end of the summer because the friend who is receiving it is in Paris for the summer, but she comes back. Her husband is a college professor here in the U.S., so I want to have it done before I go to Gainesville for fall travel, so that I can give it to her then. So started it now because I had nothing on the needles and I just was ready. So here we go. so this is the moment you have all been waiting for. This is where you will see the laughs. This is where you will see the tears. Potentially, Anna doesn't cry. We've been over this. But we have really done a good job not showing each other the things that we got on our travels. I will freely admit that Anna did a better job than me. Again, lock and key, Civ. But we have put them in bags, and so neither one of us can see what's in the bag. Although mine were kind of all over the house earlier today. I don't think you saw too much. And she has been locked up, and I have no idea what she has. Do you want to go first?
Should we do it
like one on one?
that? Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in chronological order here.
I am not gonna remember that.
Well, mine's all in bags. So this was the first stop in Norway. I have no clue what the store was. It wasn't a yarn store. It kind of gave me the feeling of like a Bell's Outlet.
What?
But in the back, there was a section of yarn.
How did you know to go there?
Because the entire time we were in Norway, when we were in Oslo, we were with my dad's friends. And so she knew where to go.
Oh, helpful.
Yeah.
Did you go everywhere you thought you would go?
I went nowhere I thought I would go.
Oh.
So.
We didn't talk about any of this.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised. I went everywhere I thought I was going to go.
Yeah, no, I went nowhere I thought I would go. Well,
So
I
no
also,
pickles?
no pickles, but I also didn't know what the setup was going to be.
Right.
And so we were with them the entire time, and they were showing us around, and so it didn't leave, like,
Right.
too much free time, which is fine. And,
Yeah.
like, they still made a point to, like, get me to my yarn store, so I'm very appreciative of that. But it's just, yeah, it was all wild. All different.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because you did so much research.
Yeah, none of it got used.
You guys, I'm dying to see what's in this bag.
Don't get too excited. So we started off in this store, which sold mostly Viking yarn, which was
It's so
in
cute.
most yarn stores. So this is a little variegated sports drag. Yarn, 110 yards. But he's just like, you know, it's like gray, like a blue gray.
I would not call that gray at all.
Well, I think a blue gray.
I would say that's blue, green,
blue
and green.
purple. Yeah. Purple with some
Green.
just blue. Well, I'm saying that this is like.
Oh, you think that's gray?
I think it's like
green
blue
to me.
gray. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And then
I'm
blue,
reading purple, green, and blue.
And then that's purple. And so, a little variegated guy.
Sports rock?
Sports drop.
Say it again.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
Remember
didn't
we
get
talked about you going and learning the words in
Yeah.
Norwegian?
I learned nothing. Yeah, so this is the first guy I got. I thought he was cute.
He's very cute.
Yeah.
Now I have to make choices. I hate making choices.
Just grab.
Okay.
I think that's more fun.
Okay. So this, which is coming off of its ball a whole bunch, is Malabrigo in the Dos Tierras, and it is Matisse Blue.
I'm not sure if I have seen that in any yarn stores here.
I have never seen it before, which is why I bought it. Yeah, so it's the Dos Tierras base. It's Matisse Blue. I have no idea what it's going to be, but I bought a friend for it who you'll see later. Next. So I'll pick the next one.
Okay.
And then I'll grab.
Okay.
But yeah, so here's the color tag for it. Here it is again because it's so beautiful. I think it's like a, I actually don't know what it's made of. 100 grams of 50% merino and 50% baby alpaca. Hence, I think the dose.
Oh, yeah.
But Tierras is earth, so.
They're from the
Two
earth,
earths.
you know.
If only this was the earth.
Okay. And then I got this guy. He is 100% superfine alpaca.
Can I touch?
Yeah. Also, he has a little recycling thing on there. I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah.
But this is also Viking, most of it is. He is going to become a hat.
Yeah.
Of some description. I have not figured out what, but he was just so soft, and
He's so soft.
sang to me.
Yeah, I wish you could have like touch vision.
And he's just a really pretty blue. He's a little bit more teal than he's
I would say
on
he's teal.
camera. He's pretty. He's soft. He's gonna have to be wound. But, yeah, so I'm
We had an
excited to use him.
incident with the ball winder this week.
We had incidents.
We had 2 incidents in one day with the ball winder this week. I bought a ball winder, and then it ate some stuff.
Yeah.
So if anyone has advice for how to put things onto a ball winder without a Swift, but with a human, because we have a very willing volunteer, please.
Though I do
Please
think
let
we're
us
gonna
know.
have to break down and buy a Swift.
Yes, I think we are going to have to break down and buy a Swift.
It happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it'll be a minute.
Mhm.
Okay, so Matisse's friend
Yes.
is this guy.
Mm.
Yes, who is Malabrigo's sock, and it is, of course, coming off the... Hang on. Okay. Right? Beautiful blue-green, and
Let's just colorway name.
Indecita, which I almost let slip to you yesterday while we were looking at the Malabrigo website on lunch. I was like, I really like that color. So what I wanted to say was, I bought that.
Yeah.
Couldn't. It was the Matisse blue too. We looked at it. And I was like, the Matisse blue is nice.
Yeah, you had to do that.
Remember that?
I do.
Remember that? Did you like suspect?
No.
Okay. So together, they're quite lovely, and I bought them sort of with an eye towards the Stephen West pattern Rockefeller.
Mm-hmm.
Rockefeller? I
Yeah,
don't know if there's
Rockefeller.
more. Yeah.
think
I
there's
want it to be Rockefeller Records because,
Mhm.
big Jay-Z fan. Okay, I'm a tangled mess and things are falling off of me. So anyway, I don't know if that's what I'll end up doing with them. That's what I was thinking when I bought them. I also really like the idea of just doing like a lace shawlette just in this. I could always acquire another one. So, yeah. But I don't have a timeline for this either. This is feeling like a September, October is when I'll be ready to knit Rockefeller. But
Mhm.
coming up.
We're going to go on to these guys.
So neutral.
These are the same color. These are the Viking Alpaca Storm. It's a storm because it is 40% alpaca superfine, 40% merino wool, and 20% nylon fiber.
Very durable.
Also very soft.
Very soft.
Unbelievably soft.
Would
So I
an
got these
alpaca
two
storm
guys.
be dangerous? There would be hooves everywhere.
I think it would be
There,
absolutely
you
terrifying.
would die.
Absolutely. But I got these guys. They're just a pretty neutral. They were color number 507.
Do you have a vision for them?
I will get to that.
I'm just excited to know.
Yes. I'm saying that other things will have to be revealed before I get to that.
Fine. But fine.
These two guys.
Okay, I also made a very, very neutral purchase. Are you ready?
Ooh.
I know. So I don't know what I did with the tag that came with this. The colorway is toffee, and it is, I think it's merino, naturally dyed, so dyed without chemicals and with plants and
Mhm.
leaves and such.
Is this the one that was dyed with like wood?
I don't remember what it was dyed with. I think it.
You told me about one of them.
Yeah, this is the one I told you about, but I don't remember what it was made of. But this is the sheep were raised, the spinning and the dyeing were all, and the processing and all of that were all done at the Echo View Fiber Mill in Weaverville, North Carolina, which is where I was. So I got some like super, super, super local and also super beautiful stuff, and it smells delicious. It smells like sheep. I just sniffed that on camera.
Mm-hmm.
No shame. So, very neutral. Mom was impressed that I bought something so neutral.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Not normally your thing.
No, but I was thinking, like, I'll mix it with something that's crazy.
Yeah.
And look at it.
Okay. So along with that Viking Alpaca Storm, I I got this Viking Alpaca Storm.
Mm.
So it's the exact same yarn, just in a different colorway. Kind of like a greeny guy. And so I was picturing this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what I am picturing is some type of circular scarf, stripey.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm just going to pick a stitch and freestyle it.
Ooh, wild.
Which I think will be fun. But I just liked how these guys look together.
I almost like the idea of like a slip stitch.
Yeah.
So that it like climbs up every,
Yeah.
you know,
So,
one of these guys.
yeah. I'm going to just figure out a stitch and then make some type of stripey thing with these guys.
That sounds good.
And that takes care of store number 1.
Oh, we've been to many stores already on my trip. Yeah. How many stores did you go to?
3.
I went to 3. Oh no, I have forgotten my favorite acquisition of all. I'm gonna have to go get it.
Yeah.
It's not yarn. It's yarn related. Okay. Alright, so here you have most of part of a sock. It is another try at the Rose City Roller. I started to, one of the things that I bought on this trip was 9-inch circular needles. They're bamboo. I started this on those, knit to about the marker, and then switched to the DPNs because I absolutely freaking hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably should try again with ones that are metal. I've also seen someone who knits with one that has one's longer and one's shorter. Yeah, so I'm not, not writing off the 9-inch circular needles, but so far not for me. I lost the tag for this. I pulled it out when we started talking, or right before we sat down to talk. I don't know where I put it. This is a beautiful variegated yellow sock twist. It's 100% merino. That much I remember. I'll put the information in the box below. And it was on sale for $7. So 50% off tables are great.
Yeah. Okay, and now we are going to store number 2, and this was in Bergen, literally almost right behind our hotel. We got to the hotel, and my dad was like, "Let's go down to the waterfront." I was like, "What about the yarn store?" And he said, "Oh, right," and it was literally right there.
Oh, right. I like his enthusiasm.
And it was a pretty big yarn store, and I wanted to buy everything, but I could not buy everything. So my first purchase...
You should also show the bag. Here. The bag is super beautiful.
Yeah, so my first purchase were these 2 guys.
Those are very you.
Yeah, so they're like soft puppy clouds. In fact, the name of the yarn is Soft.
Oh my god.
The store lady told me. It's Soft. It's by Sandus Yarn, but they're just so soft and fluffy, and I just want to make a cowl out of them. It's like a fluffy light cloud.
Yeah,
I think
accurate.
I'm thinking just like a basic like maybe seed stitch cowl.
Maybe
or
not even
something.
Maybe
to
it's just
straighten it.
Yeah,
I
or
thought-
maybe it's
I thought maybe
gartered or
garter,
no,
stockinette.
stockinette. That's
Yeah, I was
the word
thinking
want.
maybe just stockinette.
Yeah.
Just because it's so
What's it made of?
soft and fluffy and like a cloud. It is 48% baby alpaca, 30% merino wool, and 22%, I'm guessing, polyester.
That's very specific with the percentages there.
Yes.
Company. All of this stuff is like baby alpaca. Who is brushing out the baby alpacas?
I don't know.
Shaving them.
But
Someone is.
most of the yarn I saw was animal fiber.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's just how they do it. It's so
That's
soft.
just how they do it.
It's so soft and squishy. But I'm just picturing like a cloud cowl.
They're beautiful. Also,
Okay.
You should show this, which I think is really cool.
The little.
Yeah. Oh, it's not reading like almost at all.
Doesn't really read on camera.
Well, there's like
Well-
a little knitting print on there. It's like
Yeah.
a print of stockinette stitch, which is very cute.
I'm excited for this.
All right. I've got one more neutral, and that is these little mini skeins. They were $5. of undyed yarn from the Echo View Fiber Mill. So I may have in our previous episode called it the Jupiter Road Fiber Mill. That is because it's on Jupiter Road, but that's not the name. It is Echo View Fiber Mill. And it is so soft and so white and smells like sheep. These, I'm pretty sure, are a living wage certified mill and gold LED certified since 2013. Yeah, so these are 95% merino, 5% silk. So soft. I envision them being the lace in a otherwise solid colored shawl. I don't know. They were white. They were $5. They have silk in them. They smell like sheep. That's what I got.
And then this is my other purchase from the store in Bergen. It's kind of falling out of its thing here. And so I got these guys.
Ooh.
These are Hexa, 100% alpaca.
It's gonna be warm.
Do store alpaca. I have no clue what these are going to be, but they suckered me in because I thought that they were beautiful and feel them.
Oh my god.
So soft. It's a little bit of a different yarn, if you can kind of tell. It's
That's
like
interesting.
yeah. So it's nothing I've really knit with before.
Is that chain plied? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. But they're just so pretty. And if you can't tell, I'm big on mixing neutrals with non-neutrals.
Right. Right. Like you do.
No clue what these are going to be. Absolutely not. Maybe another cowl. Maybe a couple of hats. I'll
Are
figure it out.
you ready for what is my most exciting yarn of the trip?
Sure.
I feel like you should close your eyes and then, like, I should put this in your hands and you should open them.
I already see it.
Okay, well, that worked out really well.
Yeah.
It's Madeline Tosh. Look how beautiful it is. Okay, so it is Tosh Sock in a color called Killam Klim. I don't know. Also, this color is not on Ravelry, so I have absolutely no idea what this is going to look like.
Yeah.
At all whatsoever. But I was inspired by, there's an Instagrammer or a YouTuber that I watch, Katie of Inside Apartment 23.
Yeah.
She knit a cardigan that is Woolen Vines yarn who was also a YouTuber who I watch, in fairy hair, and it's sort of a similar colorway. This has blue in it, but I was like, oh man, I love that color, and so I bought something that's sort of similar-ish in color. Hers is a lot pinker, and this has a lot more blue in it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I have absolutely no idea what it's going to be, and it was really expensive. But I couldn't help myself, and Mom, our friend's mom, who we went to visit, is the worst enabler. She says, let me hold what you're going to buy, and takes it out of your hands, so you forgot you committed to it. She's the best worst. I love her so much. I hope you're watching.
Okay. And then I went to one last store in Oslo. And so when I was in Bergen, I picked up the yarn that I bought in Oslo on his last store, and I didn't buy it. Part of the reason was, like, we were only in Bergen for a night, all I had was a backpack, it was going to take up a lot of space in the backpack, even though it's yarn. It's still, like, I have to have all my other things in the backpack.
Right, you're at limited.
So we were on a train, and then we were going on a boat ride through the fjords, and then on another train, and I was like, it's going to take up a lot of space, and frankly, I don't know if I can afford it.
How long have you been sitting on that shelf?
So long!
I love it.
So long.
But you did afford it.
Yeah. But I really did not know if I was like, it's a lot. And then I had to, in my mind, do the gymnastics of, like, okay, what is this in US dollars? And all that fun stuff. But I really regretted it. And then we ended up going to another place in Oslo. It was like a mall that happened to have a yarn store.
A mall that happened to have a yarn store.
And so I went there and I picked up these little guys.
Oh, they're so cute.
It's mini alpaca. Here we go. And so this is 100% alpaca.
Ooh,
Also,
it's nice
very
and soft.
soft, super tiny.
Oh,
There
maybe
it
the
is.
knitting
And there,
print
yeah, you can
does
see
read
the
on that.
knitted pattern on this. So it's the Sandus yarn again. And yeah, so I got 2 of these little guys here, which are very similar to the Hexa color I got.
That's a color you
Sometimes
like.
you just get similar colors.
Yeah, sometimes you have a thing you like and you do buy that thing.
So I got those guys.
Is that the last of your yarn from your trip?
No.
Okay. I am also not done. We bought a lot of yarn.
But a lot of mine was duplicates because, again, I have learned don't buy just one.
I only bought one of everything that I bought. I haven't learned that lesson.
It's a rough one.
Okay. So, I bought 2 skeins of a acrylic yarn, but they were $1.50 each.
How can you not?
How could I not? I ended up I did kind of go to 4 stores. While I was in Asheville, I was in town, just so happened to be at the time of the semi-annual fiber swap. So Fiber People yarn stores, they rent a table in a gymnasium at Warren Wilson College, and they sell a bunch of stuff for super discounted. It's a lot of people selling off their stash or yarn stores selling stuff that was clearance. So these are from Friends and Fiberworks. Believe it or not, this is a yarn that I couldn't find on Ravelry at all.
Huh.
Yeah, Carlton Cheer 4-ply or Baby Cheer 4-ply I could not find it. But I bought navy and green because I want to do some little color work hats that are, like, I'm envisioning navy with little green bees and vice versa. Don't have a timeline on those, but they were super cheap and I wanted them, so I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one more thing from the fiber swap when we come back.
Okay. And then the last little bit of my yarn is 2 more of the mini alpacas in a neutral. And so
You bought so much neutral on this
got
trip.
these guys here. They're the exact same thing. But I've been thinking about what I want to do, and I feel like I have some options here.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
You
about
have
these
a lot of
2
yarn.
to go together, these 2 to go together, but
Yeah.
another option is that.
Ooh, that's wild, then I like it.
Or another option is this.
Okay.
However, this to me is not an option.
No.
I do not like how the neutrals look together.
No.
But mixing these 2 with this really, I think, looks
Yeah.
nice. And then also this.
Yeah, that works really nice too.
So what I'm thinking is using one of this, 2 or maybe just one of these to make my circular stripy scarf.
And then you have one left.
And then
if
I
you wanna
have
use it
one
that
left. Use it with these 2, make the 3 color cashmere cowl.
way. Ooh.
And then depending, I don't know exactly, I don't remember the exact yardage of all these. Most of them are just in meters, and we live in the United States, so we don't know what that means.
We can convert. We got Google.
Then I could also do this as a 3 color cashmere cowl. So I have
I can't
options,
decide which one I like better.
and they can all be used together. They're similar. They're slightly different weights, but they're similar enough that I
Yeah.
think it'll.
It'll be fine.
One calls for size 3 needles, the other one calls for 3.5. So
Whoa.
I think we'll be fine.
I think that'll be fine.
So I have some good options with what I can do with these.
Yeah.
For beautiful guys.
Definitely. I've got one more thing from the fiber swap.
Okay, that's 4 more things.
This whole bag was $5. So, I have no idea what's in here, or what any of this really is going to be. This, I believe, is a Malabrigo based on the way that it's dyed, but I don't know for sure. I thought this might be Malabrigo too, because these came from the yarn store. But I don't think it is now that I've had it out of the bag. But I've got a worsted weight red, which I think will be a beanie. I thought I'm going to knit a beanie for my friend Jake, a red beanie, right? Because he loves the movie Life Aquatic. And because I just felt right. Why did that feel right? Because he already has 2. So I've got to do that in some other color. He wants it to be teal, but I don't have any teal yarn for him yet.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then this guy at the back who's like variegated, I'm thinking about mixing him with the Patton's wool, the, you know, that roving yarn in black, because I have some left over there, and making a half stripe. And then doing a super colorful pom-pom.
Yeah.
Of course, I could probably do 2 or 3 of that with what's here. Yeah, so Fiber Swap was super cool. I spent $8. And I got needles. But my favorite acquisition is the Pom-Pom Anniversary, the Pom-Pom Quarterly Anniversary issue. I can't believe I haven't shown it to you yet.
Yeah.
It's in my backpack still from the trip, which is why I haven't. And also why I forgot to bring it over here, but I'm in love, I'm obsessed. I promise I'll show it to Anna off camera. If you haven't gotten it yet, I had to drive to North Carolina to get it. We flew, but I had to go to North Carolina to get it. They had it in stock at the Black Mountain Yarn Shop, which was an amazing place. It's where the Mad Tosh is from, too. And there are the little mitts that are on it, which I think are called the pom-pom mitts or the anniversary mitts. They're Joji Locatelli. I'm going to knit them for a friend of mine who just moved to Omaha and does field work and has cold hands. And if that goes well, I'm also going to knit a pair for Mom. Yeah. So I'm hoping to acquire some yarn for those projects, maybe this weekend when I'm with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of what we've got for you for this episode.
Yeah.
This is the longest episode we've ever done.
Mm-hmm. We bought a lot of yarn in a quick period of time.
We bought a lot of yarn, but we'll be back with you for another one shortly. You can find me online on Ravelry as Scarlywag and on Instagram as Scarknit.
I am on Ravelry as La Anana, and I'm on Instagram as El Mingo Knits. And then we have the 2 Basic Stitches Instagram as well,
which is a lot of fun and a great place to see the adventures of the Ballwinder.
Mm-hmm.
Which, fuck that guy.
It was rough.
It was bad.
It was very rough.
But, yeah, that's what we got.
That's nice.
Bye, guys! How do we usually do the intro? I feel like I want to watch an old one.
I go.